Zero emissions, no accidents, no traffic jams. Then getting from A to B will be safe, healthy and relaxed.
I'll give it a try. This is a prototype, and Hans-Peter Kleebinder is testing it. He teaches at the University of St. Gallen in Switzerland. His work focuses on the future of mobility. Why are you driving such a tiny car? There's only room for two, the range is small, so why?
Because that's the future. I think we need a mobility revolution. And micromobility, a more intelligent use of cars, cities and space, is the only way to preserve mobility.
What do tiny cars contribute to that?
This microliner only occupies 1/3 of a standard parking space. That's one aspect. Another is that it's electrically powered, so it's more sustainable. And average car occupancy nowadays is 1.2 people, and a car spends 93% of the time just standing around. So this car is perfectly adequate for getting about in town.
Wouldn't a bike be better, more ecological?
Bikes are an alternative, but I live in the countryside, so I have a long ride into town. I see the future as intermodal, that is, I'll take public transport sometimes, take the car to transport stuff or go out with my children, plus electric scooters, and other new things will come along. There'll be a whole range of mobility solutions, and tiny cars are one element.
It drives like a toy car. So how will we be getting around a few years from now?
Here's one example. Say I want to go to Berlin. In the future we'll have apps on our phones. Platforms where you enter your priorities, efficiency, cost, sustainability, and where you will get corresponding recommendations, including an itinerary. My smartphone will tell me where I have to go and when, and which means of transport I'll be using. And it will deal with payments as well.
Kleebinder says we should do away with combustion engines in cars and use shared cars rather than own one. I have the impression that is still a long way off. People want to own their own cars and keep the cars they've bought for as long as possible, 10, 15 or 20 years. And they run on gasoline. Is your vision simply unrealistic?
There'll always be some private ownership of cars, but it's unthinkable to cover the entire planet with private cars, with everybody owning their own. In terms of climate protection, it's out of the question.
The coronavirus pandemic has seen people shift away from often crowded trains and buses and use their cars more. But Kleebinder is a champion of public transport as part of the mix. Is his vision already obsolete?
The auto industry was already going through a process of transformation. COVID-19 has led to a slump in sales, so the pressure to act and change and reinvent itself has increased dramatically.
Kleebinder says electromobility can be fun. It doesn't mean doing without all the good stuff, as many people still seem to think. He also says there's no way around it.